Good morning, everyone. I am here today to present to you 5 games that have relations to Newton's laws of motion. For our first game, entitled Smash Can, let's take a look on what we are going to use and how to do it.
The materials we need for this activity are 10 medium-sized cans and 5 balls with different sizes. In performing this activity, you should first stack the 10 cans into a stable pyramid shape on the table. After that, the player must throw the balls to the pyramid at least 5 times and should be rearranging them after every throw.
For our next game, Balls of Fury, let's take a look on what are the materials needed and how it is done.
For this game, you must have a flat table, a drinking glass, or in this case, you can use a plastic cup that is to be taped on the table for it to be stable, and ping pong ball. First, if you are using a plastic cup, tape it onto the table for it to be stable. After that, there should be 3 players for each group. Then, each player must bounce the ping pong balls onto the table and the balls must go into the cup. For every ball bounce, the players must switch. The balls must go into the cup consecutively. If not, they must start over again.
For our third game, we have Paper in a Bottle. Let's take a look.
For this activity, you must only have 2 things: 2 bottles of the same shape and size, and any peso bill. In setting this up, the player must have the 2 bottles stacked facing each other, wherein the other bottle is upside down to the other bottle so that its lips are touching each other. After that, place the peso bill in between the lips of the bottles. Lastly, to perform the activity, you must be able to pull the peso bill without knocking off the setup of the 2 bottles. If one of the bottles fall, set it up again and repeat the activity. Time yourself for 1 minute and see if you can perform the activity under the said time.
After that, we have the tablecloth trick.
Here, you'll be needing any cloth that is thin, flat tabletop, and any object that has weight. In this case, the object used is a water bottle with water inside to add weight. First, you should set this up by laying down the cloth flat and putting the object on top of it. After this, pull the cloth in a downwards motion with sudden force. Upon pulling the cloth, you must not knock off the object placed on top.
For our final game entitled This Blows, let's see on what are the things we need and how to do it.
For this last activity, you'll be needing many cups, a balloon, and a table. The cups must first be placed on the table. For each player, they should have balloons wherein they can blow air in it. After blowing the balloons, they must turn the open end of the balloon towards the cups. With this, the player must be able to knock all of the cups off the table. The player with the fastest time of knocking off the cups wins.
These 5 games presented to you are all connected to Newton's laws of motion. You can observe that there are games wherein the object remains at rest. There are some games that needs to have an outside force for objects to move. And there are games wherein there are 2 opposing objects that apply force to each other. This displays how the Newton's laws of motion can be applied in real life. And with that, I hope you have enjoyed these games and I hope you have learned something from them. Then again, see you on the next video.